Hey guys, this is Bill from I Build This, and today I'm going to go over my top 5 bits that basically cover every job you're going to be using on the CNC, especially for beginners. To start off, we're going to be talking about my surfacing bit, which is actually not really a surfacing bit. It came in a pack of 5 bits that I bought 8 years ago before I really knew what I needed to get. Now, it still works really well for me. It's a 15/16 bit, and I'm going to make sure to link any bits I use down in the comments. But this is good enough. You don't have to spend a lot of money on this bit unless you're going to be doing something like cutting boards where you're going to be using it all the time, or you think that you're going to be going through spoil boards left and right. The surfacing bit is incredibly important. If your spoil board isn't level, the other bits aren't going to be able to do their job nicely and your parts aren't going to be able to come out nicely. So for example, if you're uneven on a cut through, then some of it might not cut through, or it might really dig into your spoil board. So although I don't use it all the time, in fact, out of all the bits, it's the one I use the least, it is still probably one of the most important to get nice cuts and repeatable cuts. So once your spoil board is nice and flat, we're going to be talking about contour cuts. They just trace a profile. And my favorite bit for that is the 1/4 inch upcut. This one is a 2 flute. And what this does is it cuts into things and then it throws the chips out. This leaves a clean tool path for it to keep going around, and it's not going to get bogged down. It's going to keep the temperature lower on the bit. It'll last longer. The downside is sometimes it'll get a little bit of fuzzies on the top, but they're easily sanded off. And you either need to use tabs or blue tape, which, is just standard work holding for a CNC. But sometimes the 1/4 inch isn't quite what I need. I want to not use blue tape or tabs, or I want something that has a little bit finer detail. I will go with my 1/8 inch compression bit. So rather than throwing the chips up, like my 1/4 inch upcut, this one takes chips from the top and chips from the bottom and jams them in the center. This has the added benefit of having nice clean lines on the top and the bottom. But you can use this as a method for work hold downs, but don't do it for rounded parts. It doesn't work nearly as well as you would hope. The other nice thing about these 1/8 inch bits, and really all of them, including upcuts, downcuts, compressions, is that they're cheap. You can get 10 of them for like $25. I recently broke a 1/4 inch end mill, which is going to cost me $16 to $20 to be able to replace it. So for the price of like 8 or 9 1/8 inch compression bits, I'm going to have to replace one 1/4 inch bit. That's contour cuts, and now going on to pocket cuts, which are basically just clearing out pockets inside of wood. I use the same exact 2 bits as my contour cut. The 1/4 inch bit is my go-to workhorse because it throws it out, it gives me a nice clean cut. But if I want something that has a little bit more refined on the edge, or I need holes smaller than a 1/4 inch, I go with my 1/8 inch compression again. This allows me to give dog bones that you can't even see. Which, speaking of dog bones, I'm going to be making a dog bone video on the easiest methods to make them in Fusion 360, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that one. So the real money maker comes in when you start making signs. And for that, my go-to is this 90-degree insert bit. Now, I typically don't spend a lot of money on bits. This is the one exception. And it's taken me a lot of bits to figure out that this really is the best one for the job. Most of the static bits, I'm going to call them static bits, but the ones without replaceable heads, they don't come to a true point. This insert bit comes to a true point, which gets you really, really crisp lines with your V-carve engravings. Now I like the 90 because it's a good middle of the road bit. If you're going to be doing a lot of wide things, you might want to go up to 120, or if you're going to be doing a lot of really detailed things, you might want to go to 60 or even 30. But this is my go-to, so I highly recommend this one, which I'm going to leave all the bits I like in the description. Last, and probably least, is a 3D carving bit. This one is a 1mm ball nose end mill that I bought in a kit with a few other sizes that were smaller. This is the only one I actually use. I do some finer carvings when I am using the 3D bit. So 1mm is working really well for me. If you're going to be doing things that are a little bit bigger, you might want to go to an 1/8 inch or even bigger. But I find that 1mm is a really good starting point. If you're not going to do it all the time, it might take a little bit longer, but it will give you an awesome detail. So as a beginner, what should you avoid? You should avoid these packs of 13 or 35 bits. You're not going to need them all. Start buying them one at a time, and then as you need them, you can buy new ones. So for example, say you're making dog bones and the 1/8 inch really still isn't enough. You can go to a smaller size, say a 1/16 of an inch, and the dog bones will almost disappear and you'll be able to have a nice two pieces that are fitting together. The other thing that you'll be sold on is colors. They're pretty. They come with cool names like titanium and chromium and all these other things. I have yet to buy a bit where I think it made a big difference. If there's one for a good deal, then by all means go for it. Or if you can't find a bit that's not coated, also go for it. I haven't found them to hurt. I also haven't found them to help. This one I bought only because it has a longer cutting range. This one's a 1 1/4 rather than a standard 1 inch cutting range. So that's really it. These 5 bits will get you through most of your projects. And now you know when you should buy your next bit. If you found this video complete junk but you still stuck around, let me know why in the comments. If you found it helpful, make sure you subscribe and like it. I'll see you for the next video.